After being sent home from the Philistine army at Aphek, David and his men returned to Ziklag. When they arrived, they found the city burnt and pillaged by the Amalekites. All the women and the children, including David's two wives, had been taken captive. So the men of Ziklag wept until they had no strength. Their sadness turned to anger towards David. They argued whether to stone him or not. David asked the Lord if he should pursue the Amalekites. God assured David that if he was to pursue them, he would overtake them. David and 600 men set out, but 200 of them withdrew from the chase at the Bezel Brook because they were too exhausted to continue. So David and his 400 men encountered an Egyptian that had not eaten or drank for 3 days. David's men gave him food and water, and he had eaten. They discovered that he was from the Amalekite group that had burned Ziklag. In exchange for his life, the Egyptian agreed to help David and his men to find the Amalekites. When they caught up to the Amalekites, they found them drinking, dancing, and enjoying the spoils of their victories. David's men attacked them and killed all but a small number who escaped on camels. Everything that had been stolen from Ziklag was recovered, the goods, the women, and the children. When David's 400 men returned to the 200 who stayed behind, they didn't want to share the spoils of the victory with them, but David rejected their selfishness and instructed them to share the spoils equally among all of them. David also sent part of the spoils to his friends, the elders of Judah. In the previous chapter, I talked about how David was rejected, right? Now, while David was being rejected, their town was being pillaged. If David had not been rejected, what would have happened to the families of the people that went to work with him? When things don't go smoothly in our lives, we sometimes tend to mope about it or like woe to me kind of attitude. But that's the kind of attitude that can limit your perspective. We sometimes forget that there are people that are going through worse things than we are just because we are in a bad moment. Now, some of the lessons that you should learn from this is that you should not allow personal things to make you self-centered to the point that you forget about the challenges of others.